Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and do this section as well. It's pretty much the same thing, so I'm going to copy and paste the code and just change the size. So let's get in here. And this section, save and seashells, I'm just going to copy it. Well, let me just find another name for this section. Let's call it Stand with Nature. Okay, so I'm just going to copy these 7 or 8 lines of code and I'm just going to paste it here. So it's just going to be the same thing. Okay, but I'm actually going to flip the sections. All right, so this section come right beneath this section. There we go. Let's see how that looks. Okay, then we have that, and then we have this. Obviously, I'm not going to spend much time fixing the spacing issues. You can remove the padding and the padding on the sides over here so that it all aligns up. I just basically want to show you the components of Bootstrap, and you can go ahead and change the text over here to match this one. And obviously, you can change this image to the image of the boy. Okay, then we get to that. We can close the file on this section. Okay, so now I'm quickly going to show you how the footer runs, or how you can easily put a footer together. But the easiest way is to use the concept of columns in Bootstrap. So I will go ahead and the containers, I'll create my footer outside the container. So I'll say footer section. All right. Let's start with that. So the first thing, I'll create a div tag. All right, so that's the very first thing we're doing and what we want in there. Let's start with a very basic aspect of it, which is obviously this part. Okay, so I will create another div tag in this. And let's say I'll put I don't even have to do the paragraph element, but I'll just keep it here for now. And let's give it a class of columns 12. Okay. Then, let me just get rid of this. It doesn't matter much since this is an example. I'm going to place this text in here. Let's see what we have. Okay, there we go. We have the text. Obviously, it's not well formatted as these guys have it. So let's start by, let me give this the class of footer. Okay, shouldn't change much. All right. Now, let me give footer a background color of black. Obviously, that's not really black. It's a shade. Okay. And let's say text white. And there we have it. We have our text for the footer. I'm going to add the class of margin on the x-axis, so 3. So that gave it some padding, but obviously that isn't enough. So we'd have to give it some custom pattern. So I'm just going to get rid of this. Let's see if it goes back. Yep, it goes back. I'll give it some, where are we? So let's say pattern, top and down, and give it a 0. And let's say I give the left and right section 5%. All right, there we go. So it brings it in a little bit. And just because this is a demo, I'm going to use page breaks. I'm really not a fan of page breaks because sometimes it doesn't make your text look good on mobile devices. So if you're really building a site for production, don't use page breaks. There are better ways to do it. Okay, so this gives us this section in a nutshell, and you can add the links and all of that. Now, I'm just going to skip this language section and move on to this section, just to show you how to put things in columns. So let's keep this down. I will create a div tag here. Got that. And I'll create another one. And another one. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just do 4 for now. Okay. And I'm going to give this, the parent div, a class of row. Shouldn't change much, but let me be sure. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to give this a class of columns, let's say, I'm trying to think of what to, let's just start with 3, okay, and see how that looks. So this makes it 6, 9, and 12, all right. I have all the 12. This will be where the logo will go. I'm going to skip that for now. But let's start with our work. About us, give, and connect. Okay, let's do that. Okay. So there we have it over here, our work, about us, give, connect. As you can see it in that order. I am going to take this class of footer over here and put it here so that they all have the background color. Okay, there we go, our work. And I'm going to take text white from here, put in the parent elements, all white. Okay, so now you have it all lined up beautifully. Okay, good. Now, what else do we want to do? Let's start by trying to get these things right beneath inside of this. So if we have our work here, just so that this will stand out, let me put it in and give it a class of lead so that it seems a bit bolder. There we go, so it stands out a bit. And then the other guys, you can just fit them in. You don't have to use so many paragraph elements, but this is just a demo where we work. Priorities. And signs, so just type that in. Okay. Good. See how that looks. Okay, good. So we have all of it listed right underneath, just like that. So right underneath, just as we have it. And you can do the same thing for about us. Just because you get the idea, I'm just going to copy the same thing and put it here. Good. And finally, we can do the, oops, we can do the same thing over here. And there we have it. We have all our text falling underneath it like that. Now, you can keep adding more columns. So let's say if we add another section to it, right? Right now we have each of these elements occupying 3 columns, okay? And so if you wanted to add another section to it, then you have to divide that by 12 and you share, and it keeps going for however many sections you want to add to it. Now, we didn't indicate the screen sizes, so I'm just going to say on medium-sized screens, and you see why in a second. It will make it scale easily on mobile devices. All right. So let's see that. Now, as you can see, it all breaks and lines up well.